third side of the triangle completed from tail of the first vector to the head of the second vector will give the sum of the two vectors.
Yes, sir.
That is triangle law of vector addition. Okay. Now suppose we have two vectors acting at a point like this. Say this is the first vector, a vector P. This is vector P, and another vector is Q. Both of them are acting at one point. This is another vector Q. This is vector P, and this is vector Q. They are acting at one point with an angle theta between them. This is the angle between the two vectors, theta. Okay, it can be two force vectors or any other vector. They are acting at a point O. Now we can find out the resultant of these two vectors by completing a parallelogram. If you consider these two vectors P and Q as the two sides of a parallelogram, and if you complete the parallelogram, the remaining side, suppose parallel to P, this side, and this is parallel to Q. Now we got a parallelogram. I am naming the parallelogram as OABC. Suppose OABC is the parallelogram. The side OA represents vector P. This side OA, the length OA represents magnitude of the vector P. Okay. Then according to parallelogram's law of vector addition, the diagonal of the parallelogram drawn from the point O, this diagonal, this will give the resultant of the two vectors P and Q in magnitude as well as direction. Means magnitude of the resultant of these two will be equal to length of this vector. Okay, and resultant will be in this direction. Resultant we can take with an angle alpha. Suppose the resultant is making an angle alpha with the horizontal. So OB represents the magnitude of the resultant R. Got it? So the statement of parallelogram law of vector addition is like this. If two vectors acting at a point can be represented as two sides of a parallelogram, then the diagonal of the parallelogram will give the resultant of the two vectors in magnitude and direction.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in this diagram, here P and Q are the two vectors. P, Q are the two vectors. They are taken in order, the two adjacent sides of this parallelogram, O, A, B, C. The two vectors are acting at a point. Theta is the angle between P and Q. Okay, angle between P and Q is theta. Then according to the law, the resultant effect of these two will be given by the diagonal. Diagonal will be the resultant effect. Now here our aim is to find out an expression for magnitude of the diagonal. For that I am making some rearrangements here. The arrangements are, first of all, you remember we have already explained in the first class similar vectors, same vectors. Here OC and AB are same, correct? If I take the vector AB as a vector, this vector AB and OC will be same. What are the conditions for two vectors to be same? Identical vectors, equal vectors.
Same length, same direction.
Yeah, same length and same direction. Equal vectors. Okay, so the condition for two vectors to be equal vectors, length should be same, direction should be same. So here OC and AB are same length and they are in the same direction. So they are equal vectors. Okay, so this AB also I can write Q. This is actually Q only, vector Q. And what about the angle here? If I draw a horizontal line here, okay, then what is this angle theta? What this angle?
Theta.
Same theta, isn't it? Because two parallel line and a straight line is cutting, so this corresponding angle should be same. This is same theta angle. Okay. Now if I am dropping a normal, from the point B towards the horizontal line, this one, okay, and this point I am marking as A, B, C, D. This I am taking as point D. Okay. Now the vector Q here, the vector Q, it can be resolved into two components, isn't it? One is horizontal component, that will be AD. The other is vertical component. What will be vertical component? From the point A, this will be vertical component, correct? But this vertical component and this BD are same because they are parallel. This is the actual vertical component. When this is Q vector Q is this one. It is resolved into horizontal component AD and vertical component here. This vertical component is parallel to this BD. So BD can be taken as magnitude of vertical component because both are same length. This length and this length are same. Okay. Now what is magnitude of AD? AD equal to what? This is Q vector. This is vector Q. Then that Q is resolved into two components. One vertical component and other is horizontal component. So if I resolve this vector Q into horizontal component AD, that AD will be equal to what?
Cos theta.
Cos theta. Adjacent side is cos theta. Okay. So remember, all adjacent side will come cos theta. Means AD can be written as magnitude of AD will be equal to Q into cos theta. Vector into cos theta. What will be this side? Means BD. BD is the vertical side, vertical component.
Sin theta. Q
Yeah,
into sin.
it is Q into sin theta. Actually, vertical component will be coming here, but it can be taken equal to BD. So we can take BD is equal to Q sin theta. Okay. Now we have a right angled triangle here, that is OBD. From this right angled triangle, right angled triangle OBD, we can apply Pythagoras theory. What is OB square? Diagonal. OB is the diagonal. OB square equal to
OD square plus BD square.
Okay, OD square plus BD square. OD square plus BD square. Now from the figure, this OD is from here till here. OD I can split into OA plus AD, correct? This OD equal to OA plus AD. So I am again writing, instead of OD I am writing OA plus AD, the whole square. Instead of OD square, OA plus AD the whole square, plus BD square, plus BD square. Okay, that is OB square. This is the diagonal of the parallelogram. That is again equal to, we can apply here A plus B the whole square, A square plus 2AB plus B square, or A square plus B square plus 2AB. So what will be here? OA plus AD whole square, OA square
plus AD square plus 2 OAD.
Okay, OA square plus AD square plus 2 times 2 into OA into AD.
Plus B square.
OA into AD plus BD square plus BD square. Now we substitute the values for this in this equation. We can find out the value of each of this OA, OB, etc. from the figure. From the figure, what is OB equal to? Magnitude of the resultant R, isn't it? So we can take magnitude only symbol R without arrow sign, R square. R square is equal to, okay, no need of arrow because we are taking only the modulus, magnitude value. What is OA? OA represents magnitude of the vector P, modulus of P. So we'll write only just P square. Plus, what is AD? Q cos theta. So Q cos theta whole square. Q cos theta whole square can be written as Q square cos square theta. Q square cos square theta. Okay. Q into cos theta whole square. So Q square cos square theta plus 2 into OA. What is OA? P. Magnitude of vector P into AD. What is AD?
Q cos.
Q cos
Q
theta.
cos theta.
Q cos theta. Plus BD square. What is BD?
Q sin theta.
Yeah, Q sin theta the whole square. It can be written as Q square sin square theta. Q sin theta whole square is Q square sin square theta.
Now cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1.
Very good. We can take that identity in mathematics. Cos square theta plus sin square theta equal to 1. So this is sin square theta. Now I can write r square is equal to square of the, we need to find r, equation for r. So I am writing p square plus, we have here q square cos square theta and q square sin square theta. In that q square I am taking common factor. Then in bracket cos square theta plus sin square theta
That is 1.
plus sin square theta. Plus, then what is remaining? 2pq cos theta. 2pq cos theta is remaining. Okay. Now the next step, we can write r equal to square root of this, isn't it? R is equal to square root of under root square root of p square plus q square. Cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1. P square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta plus 2pq cos theta. Okay, this is the equation for magnitude of the resultant. Okay, so you have to derive this much for the resultant of the two vectors by using parallelogram law of vector addition. You can get the magnitude of two vectors by using p square plus q square plus 2pq under root 2pq cos theta. Okay, so this will give the magnitude of the two vectors. Now for getting direction, at what direction the vector r will be acting, that we can understand if you know the value of alpha. If you know the value of alpha, then we can say the direction of r. Depending upon the value of alpha, suppose the resultant is acting this way, alpha is this much only small value. Okay, so we can say the direction is this way. Now alpha is this much, so direction we can say this way is the direction. If alpha is increasing, this will be the direction. If again increasing, this will be the direction. So if you know the alpha value, it means it will give the direction. Okay, for getting the value of alpha, that means for getting the direction of the resultant vector, from the same right angle triangle OBD, the right angle triangle OBD, will define tan alpha. Will define tan alpha. Tan alpha is equal to opposite side by adjacent side, that is BD by OD. That is BD by OD. BD by OD. It can be again written as BD divided by OD equal to what? OD is equal to OA plus AD. OA plus AD. Now if you substitute the values, magnitude, that is, this is tan alpha. Tan alpha. So tan alpha is equal to, what is BD in the figure?
Q sin theta.
BD is equal to, here BD is
Q
equal
sin
to
theta.
Q sin theta. So instead of BD we can substitute Q sin theta. Q sin theta. Then divided by OA is
P.
OA is P
Vector P.
plus AD is Q cos theta. So P plus Q cos theta. If you know tan alpha, value, then you can get the value of alpha by tan inverse. Alpha is equal to tan inverse Q sin theta, equation is Q sin theta divided by P plus Q cos theta. Okay, this is the equation for direction. So this equation will give the direction of the vector, direction of the resultant. Alpha is equal to tan inverse Q sin theta divided by P plus Q cos theta. Remember, direction is obtained from the angle alpha, that is tan inverse Q sin theta divided by P plus Q cos theta. Okay, and magnitude is obtained from R equal to root of P square plus Q square plus 2PQ cos theta. This much derivation will come for 3 marks, including the statement of the law. Okay, it is not finished. We will continue the discussion in next class. We have to discuss about the special case of this one. Okay, thank you.